Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. What am I doing, you ask? Well, I'm just taking pictures of my favorite biome, the taiga. Why is the taiga my favorite? I'll tell you all about why the taiga is my favorite. I'll even show you pictures. Let me just take my gloves, my goggles, and my boots off because it's so cold. Look how much snow I picked up out there. That's crazy. Glad I got those off. Now let's look at some of my pictures. Here's a picture I took of the taiga in general. As you can see, it's really cold and snowy out, with a lot of overcast. Generally, all year, it will stay at a temperature range between roughly 50 in the summer and 26 in the winter, with not a lot of precipitation. In fact, most of it comes during the summer months from rain. Some of it can come during the winter, though, through snow. The soil is highly acidic, and this is due to the plants that live there. But, saying that, there are some plants that do. What kind of plants live there? Well, you have the overbearing coniferous. The coniferous has pine cones instead of flowers, and it also has pine needles. The pine cones instead of flowers allow for the flowers, aka the cones, not to be frozen off during the winter, as well as the needles. The needles, though, when fallen, create a highly acidic soil environment. This means not many other plants can live there. At least it's hard. There are some flowers, though. Take, for example, the lily of the valley. The lily of the valley may not be too common during the winter months, but during the summer, you may see it a lot. Also in the taiga, there are bogs, and in these bogs, there are orchids. Orchids love bogs even more than me. That's pretty crazy. You may also see some plants animals like to munch on, such as berries. There may be strawberries, blackberries, baneberries, and birchberries. There are also carnivorous plants. Take, for example, the purple pitcher plant. Because the soil is not rich in nutrients, it needs to get its nutrients elsewhere, aka the bugs. That is why it does this. Now, some of the animals that might be feasting on these berries, or just running around the taiga in general, would include a very pretty bird known as the wood grouse. The wood grouse looks sort of like a peacock. I love that about it. Another one you might find swimming in the water is called the brook trout. I wrestled this while I was out exploring the Taiga River. Another one you might see, and another one of my favorites, is the American martin. Now you don't want to confuse this with a purple martin, which is a popular bird. Now, there are also amphibians, although it is harder for them to live here because they are cold-blooded and cannot regulate their body temperature. Take, for example, the Siberian salamander. Aren't they cute? There are also reptiles, but only a couple. Here's the European adder. Not much to look at, but he's still there. With all these animals, you might be wondering, what's the food web like? Well, I'm here to tell you. As we all know, everything starts with the sun. Yes, I did take this picture of the sun. Well, where does the sun go? It goes back to our plants. Remember the berries? They get their energy from the sun. Now, who eats the berries? Well, that's an easy question to answer. Take, for example, the Arctic hare. You can see he has a lot of camouflage going on. That helps him stay safe from predators. We also have our bigger herbivores known as the caribou. There are other forms of this type of creature known as deer, moose, and reindeer. Now the predator of the Arctic hare can be considered the Canadian lynx. Just look at how big those paws are. That helps it glide across the snow and capture its prey. Eating the caribou and reindeer, that would be the top predator, the gray wolf. I wouldn't want to run into him. I took that picture from far away. After the whole cycle is completed, who do we have left other than the decomposers? Of course, we have fungi, bacteria, and we also have the sow-bug. Now, I will be explaining two forms of symbiosis that occur within this biome. First of all, we have a form of parasitism. You can see this in the brainworm. it goes into caribou's brain and literally attacks it. Now, the parasite does not want to eat the caribou though. It wants it to live for as long as possible. But this cannot always be the case. Eventually the parasite will die out as well as the caribou. Next up, we have a squirrel in a hole. What type of symbiosis does this relate to? Communalism, because the squirrel is getting a benefit out of living in the tree, but the tree is not benefiting or at a disadvantage because of the squirrel. Now for some fun facts about the taiga. Where is the taiga located? Well, just look in this green area. You can see it's way far up north. Some of the biggest taigas are in the Russia and the Siberia. Other taigas would include North America, including Canada and Alaska, as well as Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Here's a weather report from a major city in the taiga zone. As we can see, it's Moscow, and this is from today. It's 49 degrees. But as you can see from the graph, it's slowly decreasing. Another fun fact about the taiga is the rare Siberian tiger lives there. Now, the reason this is rare is because of intense logging. I was very sad when I was in the taiga and I discovered this. Logging has been going on and it's been destroying many habitats for animals that live there. But we can do our part to stop it. I hope you enjoyed me talking about the taiga, and maybe you'll go and visit it sometime. If you ever need any help getting around, just let me know.